So we are going to be out and about for just the next couple of days. So I want to ask for a favor. Go ahead and leave a comment below about any questions you might have that you think I could answer in a quick 8 to 10 minute video. Folks, again, leave your questions below, give your topic ideas below, and there's a good chance that I will create some content answering your questions. Well, this is the Daily Financial News. Let's get into the topics at hand. There was a New York Fed published article talking about the growing cracks in the labor market. Yes, folks, looks like the labor market is starting to show some pretty significant signs of weakening. For example, those that are expected to become unemployed have spiked to 4.4%. That is actually the highest on record. Those looking for a new job spiked to 28.4%. That is actually up 9% year on year. 48.3% of adults think they will have to work past 62, and 34.2% of adults think they have to work past 67. Folks, remember this channel. It's about getting to 4, getting to 5 rentals. If you do that 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, you can have a better retirement. That was my whole goal when we started at 30. After losing all that money in the stock market, was I'm going to have a better retirement because we got to 4 rentals. Well, let's talk about what's going on in the actual real estate market. Again, shout out Mike Simonson for his excellent data that he puts out weekly. Looks like we have 698,000 active listings. That is actually up 0.8%. We were running at a trend of 2% a week. It looks like the housing cycle is rolling over as it does seasonally. Will inventory start to fall? Yes, I do think inventory will start to fall. We added about 5,000 homes last week. We have 366,000 homes in contract, aka pending. Notice that withdrawals of active listings are starting to climb. Folks, I told you this was coming. Remember when I talk about sellers being need to sell or want to sell? When you list your property, you sign a contract to keep it listed for 3 to 6 months. Guess what? If you get no action, no activity, that contract will eventually expire or be withdrawn. We are going to see withdrawn and expireds increase, and that is actually going to be reducing inventory. So again, we will have transactions, pendings, and we will have withdrawns. I think there's a lot of fake or false data in the active listings. It's just a bunch of wish pricing. I wish I could get yesterday's price, and they can't. So those will be withdrawns or expireds very shortly. Folks, if you are in the real estate market, if you're a real estate agent, leave comments below. This weekend, I believe Saturday, the NAR settlement went into effect. I want to know what happened. Did you have an open house? Are you starting to have buyers sign contracts? Are buyers confused? Are buyers scared? Are sellers confused? What is going on? I think there's a lot of noise around the NAR settlement, and it's only going to add friction to buying a home. Folks, if you're a part of the school community, did you know that Casey, Brick by Brick, did a full session yesterday talking about build for rent, landlording, growing, and she's going to come back next Monday. Next Monday, Casey from Brick by Brick will be back in the school community taking your questions. Great news. Great news. Today, Tuesday, you're watching this. You are going to get the one and only Brian Adamson. Brian Adamson's going to come in and do an hour in school. Wednesday, you're going to have the accountability group. Friday, you're going to get Matt and Dion. And of course, Sunday, you will get the one and only Ty talking seller financing, creative financing, and accountability group number 2. We are doing big things in the school community. Why aren't you there? Sign up today. What else is going on? We're getting some Fed chatter, some Fed speak. Yes, Austin Goolsbee is out saying not cutting rates in September could hurt the job market. Not cutting rates. That's a pretty dovish statement. How about Mary Daly? Mary Daly saying it's time to reconsider borrowing costs. It might be time to consider a cut. We're going to get a lot of Fed speak this week. It's going to be culminated in Jerome Powell on Friday, but so far, we got a lot of people talking about September rate cuts. So again, will Powell be a hawk? Will he be a dove? Will he give a time frame? We shall see. I had a conversation with Casey from Brick by Brick yesterday talking about her disrespectful offer. Remember, she bought a house for $200 that was listed for $240 in an A neighborhood. During that conversation, we also started talking about this proposal for a $25,000 first-time home buyer program. So this is what I went through with Casey. This is what I want you to think about. And more importantly, I want you to think about every single affordable housing market across the country. So we're in a buyer's market. Casey sees a home in an A neighborhood listed at $240 that's not selling. She ends up getting it for $200,000. Let me ask you a question, just a real honest, logical question. Assume for a minute that there are 1,000 people in Memphis that have been given $25,000 for a down payment. And this home is in an A neighborhood, is an entry-level home. Do you think this home sits in case he gets a 20% discount? Of course not. What will happen is you will get a bidding war. This house that sold for $200 instead of $240 probably goes for $260 or $280. Folks, if you want to see proof of this, California did a program last year called California Dream for All, where basically there was a pile of down payment money. And we talked about it on this channel. There were people going out to homes and offering more and more and acceleration clauses and all this. If you give out free money, it creates demand, and we're going to see distortions. I believe this $25,000 tax credit will hurt every single affordable housing market in the country. It won't hurt cities like Palo Alto, California. Palo Alto, California's median home price is $1.6 million. It's not going to impact it at all, but it will impact Memphis. It will impact Huntsville. It will impact Cleveland, Detroit. This $25,000 in free money has a chance to distort home prices to a level that it is no longer affordable. Folks, I want to celebrate somebody doing the work. Daniel, congratulations for doing the work. I want to tell you about Daniel's story. Daniel took 12 disrespectful offers to finally get a yes answer. His deal was first listed at $275,000. He ended up getting it for $215,000. Not only did he get it for $215,000, but because he's a licensed agent, he also got commission of 2%. Not only did he get it for $215,000 and made $4,000, but he also got 2% in closing cost credit. Folks, it's a buyer's market. Do your job. Write offers. Casey may be able to do one right away. Daniel got a golden ticket because he did it 12 disrespectful offers. It takes time. It takes follow-up. Keep doing the work. Looks like we had some earnings come out that was interesting from Palo Alto Network. I've talked about them before. Palo Alto Network plays in the security space. As somebody who sold software for more than 2 decades, let's just say that security is the last budget to get cut. Well, folks, after 2 quarters, I believe, of kind of missing the numbers, looks like Palo Alto Networks came through. They beat top line, beat bottom line, and they added $500 million to their stock repurchase program. It looks like they are moving forward. I'm going to give a shout out to somebody I follow on X or Twitter, Stephen Thomas. He is a Bay Area real estate agent. He put out some numbers. Bay Area homes for the month of July were up 14% year on year, but still down 33% from the average of 2017 to 19. So again, not a lot of inventory, high prices, not a lot of transactions. Kind of 2 more points here. I read an article from the Daily Mail. This is a UK, United Kingdom publisher, talking about up to $50 billion being stuck in bad syndications. Folks, it's bad. There are a lot of people that got caught investing in bad deals, value add, bridge debt. You know the story. It's bad. But yeah, this is the first time I've seen a report just about how nasty it could be. $50 billion. Yes, folks, pretty crazy. And then lastly, folks, it looks like Goldman Sachs is reducing, yes, folks, reducing the odds of a recession. This is recession 2025. Looks like Goldman Sachs has taken their recession odds from 25% down to 20%. Looks more and more likely that people expect the Fed to start cutting. Most people are expecting 3 rate cuts by the end of the year. That obviously, I think people like Goldman Sachs, aka Jan Hatzius, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, are saying the odds of a soft landing are up. Folks, if you want to look at what a soft landing was, best chance for you to do that is 1994. You can go ahead and look at 1994 for that. So again, folks, I wanted to let you know about all the exciting things coming to you in our school community. Not only did you have Casey Brick by Brick yesterday, but next Monday, you'll have Brian Adamson today. You'll have Frank Accountability Group 1 on Wednesday, Matt and Dion on Friday, and then finally Ty and Jared with Accountability Group on Sunday. So folks, again, do me a favor. If you want to ask me a question, you want to give me a topic idea, I'm going to be on the road just for a couple of days. So if you leave a comment below, there's a good chance that I will create some content answering your question. Take care. Have a great day.